Let me ask you something, and I don't want you to answer it straight away. When was the last time a game made you feel something? Not just entertained, not just distracted for an evening, but genuinely present. Your heart's racing or palms sweating and your mind's fully locked in. Because for a long time, I thought that version of gaming was gone. I've been playing games since I was 5 years old. Games have been a constant in my life for as long as I can remember. Before responsibilities, before career, before stress. And for most of my life, gaming wasn't something that I simply did. It was something that I was part of. But somewhere along the way, that changed. The sessions got shorter, the excitement faded quicker, and I started closing games thinking, that was fine, but I don't feel anything from it. And that hasn't felt right for a very long time. Because when something you've loved for decades suddenly stops hitting the same way, you don't just lose interest, you actually start questioning whether you yourself have changed, not the thing itself. And then, out of nowhere, a game I never expected to matter this much showed up. Ark Raiders. And somehow, against all logic, against all expectations, it hasn't just entertained me, it's reignited something that I thought was gone. Now, I grew up in an era where gaming was deeply personal. Couch co-op wasn't a feature, it was the default. Friends sitting shoulder to shoulder, arguments over whose turn it was next, laughing when something went horribly wrong. Those moments weren't about winning or losing, they were actually about just being there together, present. And as I got older, games stopped being just something I played with people, but instead became places I existed inside. And the golden era of the MMORPG genre was a huge part of that. Entire worlds that didn't care whether I logged in or out, they kept going regardless. Places whether your character wasn't just a skin, but a representation of your time, your effort, and identity to some respects. I interacted with people I never would have met otherwise. Different countries, different lives, different outlooks, and none of it felt forced. It all felt natural. I mean, I still vividly remember the first time that I stepped into Elwyn Forest within Vanilla World of Warcraft as an example. The music faded in softly and you can see sunlight through the trees and everything felt like it had been designed with a purpose. It wasn't flashy, but it felt alive. That moment wasn't about mechanics, it was about immersion, and that feeling has followed me for years. But as with anything, time has a way of changing things. Games became faster, more competitive, more optimized for efficiency rather than experience. Everything wanted your attention now in the immediate, but not over time. And slowly, almost without noticing, gaming stopped feeling like a place I went and started feeling like something I merely just consumed. I'd load into a game, play for an hour, close it, and feel nothing afterwards. There was no lingering thoughts, no anticipation for the next session, and no emotional residue. Just silence. And the dangerous part here wasn't boredom, it was actually the acceptance of this new norm. That quiet thought of, maybe this is just what gaming is now. I didn't ever stop gaming, but I stopped connecting with it. And I think a lot of people quietly reach that point without even realizing it. And if you've watched up until this point, then something must be resonating with you too. But then Ark Raiders happened, and I genuinely didn't expect much from it. But the moment I stepped topside, something felt off in a good way. It wasn't flashy, wasn't loud, but intentional. The world felt grounded, broken but familiar, like a version of our own future that took a wrong turn. And then of course the gameplay loop itself. It wasn't trying to overwhelm me, it trusted me to figure things out. Then came the moments that of course hooked me. The recipe which makes this game so special. Unexpected PvP encounters. That spike of adrenaline when another raider appeared out of nowhere. The spice of chaos. The aggressive raider who shoots first, and after you winning the fight, you hear the salt of that player's tears. But it isn't just tension, it's atmosphere. The environments feel lived in, abandoned but not empty. It's the true bread and butter of the game. You don't just move through a map, you actually traverse in a world that had already lost something, and somehow that makes every decision matter more. And then there's the sound design of this game. The soundtrack doesn't scream at you, it's an incredible combination of synth sounds like something out of Interstellar with a sprinkle of Blade Runner. The ambient noise fills the space between moments, silence stretches before chaos, and sometimes nothing happens. And that's the point. The only time I felt something similar was stepping into those RPG worlds for the first time. The same quiet awe where no matter if you saw something happening around you or not, the world felt active, it felt alive, it felt like something larger than you as an individual. And the story, what's implied rather than just explicitly explained, hits close to home. The rise of AI, automation, machines, a future that actually feels uncomfortably plausible for a lot of us. Ark Raiders doesn't tell you what to think, it just merely lets you sit with it. And then something unexpected happened. This game didn't just make me want to play more, it actually made me want to create. I know the maps, I know the enemies, I've reset progression and rebuilt my raider up again, but yet the magic hasn't faded for some reason, and even now, looking at Ark Raiders through that creator's lens from time to time, every raid feels like a story waiting to be told or a secret to reveal to you as an audience. And that inspiration pushed me to finally take that leap into my own creative journey. Can you relate? If you felt something similar while playing Ark Raiders, then thank you for watching up until now. My name's Dan, and this channel is where I share all things related to Topside, albeit this is my first story-driven video. If you do want to see more videos like this, then please comment below and consider subscribing to the channel for all future content. So what's the takeaway from all of this? Well, it's not really about Ark Raiders specifically, it's about what games can still be when they respect the player. Although I do want to say a massive thank you to the Embark team for creating such a special game for all of us to enjoy. Ark Raiders has reminded me that atmosphere matters, silence matters, emotion matters. Great games don't chase our attention, they merely earn it. This game didn't just reignite my passion for gaming, it reminded me why it mattered in the first place. And if a game can do that, if it can make someone who's been gaming for over 3 decades feel that spark again, then there's still something incredibly special left within this medium. That's why I keep coming back. That's why I want more, and maybe that's why you're still watching. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you topside.